Google, stop the music, please. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What up, fam? It's me, Dr. Larry. Welcome to the Living For You YouTube channel. It's your favorite cousin, your favorite friend, your favorite uncle, your favorite father, your favorite brother, your best friend's best friend. It's me, once again, Dr. Larry. Welcome. Welcome to my loyal subscribers. Welcome to those of you who are new. Living For You is, it's a ministry, but it really is my work. It's my profession. It's my job. It's my business. Living For You is a life coaching practice, and here we life coach. Here we discuss things from popular culture to some serious issues. And so today, I want to jump right into it, but be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like the videos, share the videos, leave comments, invite friends. You guys know the information is there. We can link and we can discuss and we can coach and we can heal. I want to get right into it because this is kind of a wellness check video, because we're obviously in a moment right now in the world and in our space in humanity in which we are dealing with a universal crisis that impacts all of us. There are very few times in global history that we can think of a moment in which an issue is permeating itself around the globe and that we're all feeling it or feeling some connection to it. And you know what that issue is. It's actually edited on YouTube, so we'll just say the quarantine, the reason why we're quarantining and we're staying indoors in our houses and where we are and working from home as I've been and everything. So today's a wellness check. How are you doing? You know, have you stopped and just asked yourself that question? How am I taking this? This is a change, right? We've had to social distance ourselves and keep ourselves indoors. We've had to change our patterns and our habits, and even somehow our eating habits have changed due to scarcity. People are buying things out of panic, and sometimes we've not been able to get what we would have normally gotten. So I know, for example, myself, I like a home cooked meal. I'm from the South. I'm a deep Southern boy. I love to cook. I'm from Louisiana. And so a home cooked meal to me feels good. It feels like home. It feels warm. It's comfort for me. And I can choose what goes into my meal and how it tastes and everything. Well, because of the panic and because of people buying things out of fear and of losing and not having, I go to the grocery store and not much is there. Not the things that I specifically want. So I'm having to plan my meals around what's left, which is new for me. I'm also having to eat more takeout, which I don't really care for in a huge amount. There are certain things I like, but too much of it starts to bother me in a psychological and even somewhat of a physical way. I can feel it. And so I've had to adjust to that reality. And so today I'm finally able to prepare a meal with things I want, because when I went to the grocery store, they actually had enough stock in there, and I guess I caught them early, I don't know, to be able to get what I want and prepare for dinner what I want. So that's a blessing in itself. I'm delighted that I can do that, because those things were so important to me, and I realized not being able to do them just how much more important they were to me. And so the question is, how are you doing? What is on your mind? Have you been taking the moment to review your mental state, your awareness of where you are cognitively, emotionally, mentally, spiritually at this moment? Where are you? Are you just kind of numb? I see a lot of people that I talk to due to job loss, due to situational changes, due to a lot of things. I see a lot of people who are just simply living numbly. I'm going about it. I'm quarantining, I'm wearing a mask, monkey see, monkey do, I'm copying, I'm doing what I do. And I'm just doing it because it's the moment. And I want people to stop and take a moment to gauge your thoughts, because you're processing something. It's affecting you some way. No one's non-affected. So how are you doing? Are you thinking about that? Your mental health and your emotional health is tremendously important, my brothers. I know many times we have to be stoic. I even did a video asking where all the men were. But part of being a man also requires that you are dealing with your emotions. Not ignoring your emotions, but you are processing your emotions, and you're able to come out on the other side with a logical, solidified way of handling whatever the circumstance is. And so that's important. So here's a quick exercise to gauge what you're thinking. One, write it down. Write down the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about this situation, the quarantine, and what's going on. Whatever it is, whether you understand it, whether it's complicated, whether it's simple, whether it's amusing, whether it's insightful, whether it's angering, write it down. And then do the branches from it, what I call circle it, and then do the branches from it, and write down why, at least about 6 good reasons as to why you have that particular feeling about this particular situation. And then branch 2 from each of those, and for each reason, write down what you would think would be, what are the only 2 outcomes of these thoughts about this situation. So either you're going to go this way or you're going to go that way, but what are the 2 choices that you have as far as thinking about this situation a certain way? So for example, as far as quarantine, my word is quarantine. So I'm thinking the quarantine, it hasn't really been bothering me because I've been processing it mentally. But say if you're a person who feel like you're stuck in the house and you can't breathe in your space and you're feeling limited in space. So write it down. I feel like I am stuck. And circle it. And from that, draw your branch and your branches and write down why do you have that feeling. And one of your reasons might be because I never have been in the house in one period of time longer than 8 hours unless I was asleep. Okay, that's one thing. And then circle that and then draw your 2 branches. Okay, so now you're in the house for longer than 8 hours awake because you can't go anywhere, you're quarantining. What are your two options to deal with that situation? One, find some time to do some exercises or to find a way to go out, but not necessarily out around more people, so you're not dealing with having to worry about that. Maybe going sit in the car, maybe going sit in your parking lot, in your yard, just to get some fresh air. Or you can sit and complain about it. And if you choose, and you can actually branch those options out to more and to try to figure out the consequence, right? So you're doing a web, what I call a thought web. And in that thought web, you're gauging your thoughts about it and why you think about it a certain way and what options do you have with this thought. And you start picking and choosing your responses. Because see, here's the thing about controlling your mind and being able to work with your mind is you know what you're thinking and you choose to think what you choose to think. You don't allow circumstances to control what you think. Remember, the saying is that your circumstances create your thoughts about the circumstances, and your thoughts about, or you create your thoughts about the circumstances, and your thoughts create your feelings, and your feelings dictate whatever your actions are in that circumstance, with that circumstance, around that circumstance, and because of that circumstance, and the results you get are kind of reminding you back to what your thoughts were, sending you right back in that repetitive cycle. So you gain hold of your thoughts, and you consider them, and you consider options, and you choose the option that best serves you and move you beyond a negative place, right? So that's one exercise. So figure out your mind. Figure out your mind, right? How are you doing mentally? Emotionally can connect to that as well, because you can literally say, I am upset because I have to stay in the house for longer than 8 hours, or I'm sad, or it's depressing, or I like it. Whatever your circumstance is, feelings about it, I mean, be honest about it. Be transparent and clear. I think if you're in a relationship, right, with a partner, significant other, a wife, a girlfriend, whomever you're with, have the discussion with them. Allow them to have their feelings and see how each other's are. This is a moment where you can communicate something that you're both going through, that you're both feeling, and having having to accommodate your life to it. So this is a perfect time to develop and to strengthen your communication skills with your significant other. And even if you're a parent, you can have those same discussions with your children. I encourage fathers to talk to their children and be able to have those discussions and build the communication to be able to discuss the feelings and not just numbly live in the passing of what's happening around us. My second thing is, have you been keeping yourself occupied? It's moments like these throughout history that we see several things happen. We see businesses are created. We see millionaires are made. We see inventions are created. We see brilliant innovation happens at the lowest moment. The crash of 1929, the Great Depression, made a lot of millionaires. The crash of 2006, 2007 made a lot of millionaires. Several innovations, when we find out that we are ingenious and we can create when we are forced to do so. So several things can come out of this. It just all depends on how you perceive your ability to use it, right? How are you going to use this moment? Are you just going to leave this moment, or are you going to use this moment? I have decided in this moment for my own personal self is to work on my business, to expand my knowledge in things, to venture out into other areas, like t-shirts. There's t-shirts coming soon from me. Love Black First t-shirts, because you know that's my mantra, love Black First. And so there's t-shirts coming out, apparel, things that are coming out for me from that. There's writings that I've been doing. There's things that I've been building, programs that I've been making for my coaching practice, and other ventures that I've been going off. I've been taking these moments of where I'm having to be in one space for a long period of time and just say, you know what? I'm going to create, because on the other side of this, I'm going to be a millionaire. On the other side of this, I'm going to expand my business. On the other side of this, I'm going to be able to grow from here in a positive way. So I won't allow this moment to just pass me by. Because as you guys already know, this moment is a weird moment, right? We don't normally have time like this when we're sitting around the house. We don't normally have time like this when we have all of this space to connect with people and to grow ourselves and to cultivate businesses and ideas and different things. Take the moment. Take this moment. This is your moment. But you got to be able to know that you're going to do that. So instead of just sitting here and withering away and complaining about what you've been given, take the lemons and make lemonade, right? That's what we do. So are you using this moment in a useful way that's going to be something beneficial when you come out the other side of the moment? So your mental health, how are you feeling? What are you thinking? What's going on in your brain? And then of course using this moment to create, be creative and to come out of this with something. Don't let this be a moment in which nothing comes out of it. And then of course the last thing is just relax. I know that is hard to do. Because if you live a life where you're going and you're going and you're going, it's going to be hard for you just to simply stop and be still, right? I said this a few videos back, I think. I say it all the time. We're so fast-paced moving that we don't even take time to breathe, right? We don't take time. My allergies are crazy right now. But we don't take time to or even acknowledge that we're doing it consistently, right? So this is a moment where you get an opportunity to just stop and breathe and observe your breath. Have you done that? That would give you time to think. That would give you time to consider what's going on in your brain and in your mind and in your thoughts at this time. That would be such a tremendous blessing for you if you just take time to just pause. You're given a moment by the universe for whatever reason to get to know yourself and to reevaluate yourself. A reset moment. How often in your life have you been given a second opportunity to start over and to reset and to go back and reinvent yourself and to try something new on the next side? We're going to be starting saying that this is BC, there's BC, and then AC, right? Before Corona and after Corona. Who are you, BC, and who are you, AC? Who are you going to be, AC? You start creating who you are going to be, AC, right now in the moment you're in. And it should be somebody different than who you were, BC. Right? Right. But that's a choice. So take this moment, be still. Conquer your own energies. Focus. Focus, right? So, close your eyes and think of where you want to be. Now think of where you are now. What can you do now to start moving you towards where you want to be? Is it possible for you to begin the work or even begin building the foundation to where you're going now while you got this time? Or are you going to continue to just wait? Because one of our biggest excuses for not living the life of our dreams is, I just don't have time. One of our biggest explanations as to why we're not where we want to be in life is because I just don't have the time. Well, guess what? The universe just gave you the time, and lots of it. So take this time to get to where you want to go, because if you say, AC, after Corona, that you just didn't have the time, somebody like me is going to say, but wait a minute. Life paused for a moment. Majority of our lives paused for a moment. What were you doing? Did you not make use of your time? So, like I said before, this was just really a wellness check. How are you doing, right? What's going on, brother? Where you are you still being strong? Are you still being solid? Are you just pushing through, or are you managing and dealing and processing it the way a healthy-minded person should? What's going on in your mind? How is your mental, emotional, and spiritual state? Are you in a mentally, emotionally, and spiritually good place? Do you feel at peace with it? And if not, why? And if not, have you reached out to get the help? Hey, Live For You Coaching is a great source. Affordable, available, online. We can do Zoom. We can talk face-to-face. We can talk over the phone. However, that's a way, if you want to use some investment to better your mind at this moment, liveforyoucoaching.com. You can hit me up, right? Dr. Larry at Live For You Coaching. Or you can hit me up on the social media, and we can set up an appointment to get you the help you need. So how's your mental, emotional, and spiritual state? Have you taken time to think about it? The second thing is, what are you doing? Are you just sitting there twiddling your thumbs, not doing anything? Or are you taking this time for it to be something useful to you? To use this to catapult you to where you're trying to go, or at least very close to it. You know, and you're doing the work now since you have the time. And then lastly, are you being still? Are you just paused? Turn everything off. Relax. And take this moment to come back into the fullness of yourself. Are you feeling your body from your head to your toes, from the inside? Are you feeling the breeze around you of life? Are you feeling the energy pulsating through your bodies and the atoms that are moving every day and the cells that are multiplying to keep you breathing and alive? Are you truly fully connected within yourself to all of that? Because if not, then pause. Then stop. Stop. And get reconnected and realigned to yourself, so when you do go back out into the world, when it's a full open world again beyond this moment, you are coming out of this a diamond. You go in coal, you come out diamonds. That is the whole purpose of going through situations that we call fire, like this. So, wellness check. How you doing, brother? You good? Are you sure about that? I mean, you look good, but sometimes how we look isn't necessarily an indication of how we're feeling. So are you good? And if not, do whatever you need to do to get good. I'm here to support you. We're here to support you. This is about you and the level of you being the best you that you can possibly be. So I look forward to our conversation at the table next time. 2 times a week. You know how we do. We will be back right here having another discussion, another one-on-one, dealing with what we got to deal with, growing, having entertainment. Whatever we're doing, we're going to be doing it together. So I will look forward to seeing you all and you and you and you and you and you and you in the next video.